here for the first Voltsmonster of the new year that isn't a special edition. And if you watched our special edition, like, subscribe and tick the bell and all that sort of stuff.
Ding dong.
And we are on episode 26. And today we've got 4 new stories, one of which has been a long time coming and we love the idea of it. So we have learned, before starting this today, we've learned that Ayash, aka Mace, is a lightweight, you're a fat bastard, and you're wearing mascara.
Yeah.
And you probably wear it as well, don't you?
Luscious
When was the last time you wore mascara?
Probably a drag event back in 2009.
Wow.
See?
Wow.
Just starting to realise my identity.
Yeah,
11 years old.
I was 4 years old.
In India, babies, like small babies. So even if it's a girl or boy, mom used to, how mascara.
Only your mum
Yeah.
or other mums?
Me. On me.
On you?
Yeah, when I was a baby.
So your mum put mascara on you
all moms.
the time?
Yeah, all moms.
All mums?
All moms.
Is this an
Indian?
Indian thing?
Yeah, and with the mascara, they have they make like a mole here.
Like a cute
A
beauty
mole?
mark.
Like a beauty spot?
With the mascara.
A beauty mark.
Yeah.
I always love the fact that things like moles get called beauty spots.
I
On
have
the
someone somewhere, something somewhere, and people are like,
It's-
oh, that's really attractive. I'm like,
It's cute.
It's cute.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
don't know.
Yeah.
I don't see it as that.
But obviously the Indians have a whole thing for like
Yeah.
art, don't they?
Yeah.
On with what do you call it? What do you call it?
Henna.
Henna.
Yeah.
Henna tattoos type stuff.
Yeah.
Um,
Moreover, it's tradition. So before the weddings and stuff.
yeah, like weddings, everyone does
Yeah,
it.
people-
Even the men.
Mm.
I've seen it on men at Sikh weddings.
I come from. I don't think men doing it, but women.
But they do a lot of dancing.
Yeah.
And on that note, are you good at dancing?
Yeah, yeah. I was a dancer.
You were a dancer?
Yeah, I used to dance in stage. Yeah.
How do we not know? What
How
sort
do
of
we not-
dancing?
Like hip hop and western.
I used to do
Yeah,
dancing.
What?
I used to do dancing.
But
I was the
I
only
don't.
guy in my dance
I
group.
What?
I was the only guy in my dance group.
I did ballet for 5 years.
So we actually have. So we have the Voltsmonster dance troupe. I
I'm
didn't
a
know.
trio.
Yeah.
Well, there's content in this.
So I don't do it now, but
Yeah, neither do I.
not
It's a long time ago.
professionally, but
Once you've fallen off the horse, you can get back on, can't you?
yeah, I think I still got it.
Go on, give us a move.
No. Maybe later. I don't.
Damn.
We have to get that later. So in the UK, you're aware that there's called the ZEV targets that mandate that the government imposed on car manufacturers that they'd have to sell 21% of all their cars as EVs. One of the few manufacturers that's actually managed to do it is Stellantis, but they've avoided a £17,000 a car of missing the target. Obviously, at the same time as achieving it, they closed their factory in Luton, blaming that they couldn't meet the ZEV target, which seems like a little bit of a bit off. What do we make of that?
I mean, targets are targets for a reason. You should normally stick to them. I think.
Well, it wasn't a target, it was a mandate. It was actually the government said you have to achieve 21% or you get charged £17,000 for every car you miss it by.
Even more so then.
So obviously them blaming the government for closing the factory had nothing to do with the mandate because they'd already passed it.
Imagine what a bit of a positive attitude could have done. Could have probably smashed that record.
Yeah, look, I think there's just cheaper I think the UK is just a cheaper place to sack people than, say, Belgium. Or Italy or wherever else.
Yeah.
Imagine how many jobs are lost from that.
1,100.
Oh wow.
That's a lot more than I expected.
But it is all done probably because they don't like Keir Starmer. But so they're not alone in that. So well done to Stellantis. So obviously Stellantis, if you don't know, is all the brands that make up Fiat, Jeep, Chrysler, Dodge,
Okay.
Mm.
I actually didn't know that.
Peugeot, Citroen. Did I say Fiat? I forgot what.
You did say
Where they're based? It's in UK based.
Stellantis. I don't actually know where they're headquarters now. I think they're headquartered now maybe in Holland now for tax reasons. Sorry, I didn't say that out loud, did I? And basically because UK taxation is so high, they wouldn't want to come here either. Thank you, Mr. Starmer. Obviously, they got rid of their old CEO, whose name was Carlos Santana or something,
Sultana.
and they've replaced it with the Egghead Man.
Yeah. Do you like sultanas?
Do you know what? I don't mind sultanas in certain things.
I like them in scones.
I prefer them to raisins. Raisins are always a bit chewy.
I like raisins.
You know, like kids. Like you remember last week when your mum, when you were in the pram, and your mum gave you a little box of raisins.
Box of raisins.
Yes.
I would inhale those.
Yeah. You go.
Yeah.
All kids do that.
I hate raisins.
Love raisins.
I hate raisins.
But there's loads of raisins in Indian cooking.
There is, yeah.
There is.
Yeah, I just pick them up and put
Do
it aside.
you?
Yeah, I do that.
Do
I
you?
pick them up and put it aside. I don't eat it.
What for the same? Next story is Mace's.
Yeah.
Ah. Oh, he's gone to the BYD again.
You love that BYD, don't you?
You love a BYD, don't you?
It's actually, it's most viral videos going on in the net.
Can I just say, why would anyone want a self-driving hypercar?
I don't know.
The whole point of a hypercar is to have fun. It would not be fun being driven in it.
They'd be fucking scary.
Maybe like robbing a bank and getting away, so people can control their car sitting at home.
You can
rob
control
a
their
bank.
guns
It
while
jumps.
robbing the bank.
It jumps over like
Oh, it can jump.
yeah. It can jump over portal.
What, like it can do like a bunny hop?
Not a hop. Literally jump
But off a ramp or off the ground?
off the ground.
Yeah, so like a bunny hop. So like if Dog was here and he had his bicycle, like he's like Elliot out of BT, right? And he went and did like a bunny hop, that's what that's doing.
We need a video. Do we have
yeah.
a video?
We do have a video.
Have you seen the video?
No!
Ah,
I've
just
seen the video.
Oh,
just see the video and just
feast.
Let's watch the
Alright.
video.
Feast
Yeah.
our eyes on this. No.
I thought it was a CGI, but it's not.
It's maybe just a really uneven Chinese airstrip.
Ah,
U9.
Yeah.
and there's no
yeah.
drivers.
Oh yeah.
It's unmanned, no driver. I don't understand why they have the rainbow thingy there.
No, I don't get the rainbow thingy.
Make it all cutesy.
I don't know.
Ah, it's inclusion, isn't it?
Does it know that hole's in the road and jumps automatically?
Ah, that's
That's a good question.
That's a good question.
I mean, this is insane.
Yeah.
The cinematic.
It's
is
going
crazy.
75 miles per hour and just jumps without a driver.
About to dodge police.
Yeah, the law enforcement not gonna be happy with this, so it's actually a really good getaway car,
It's very Batman.
Ah, so what it's doing is jumping over
Yeah, rainbow. I don't understand this.
is it jumping over LGBT people? So it doesn't have to stop for them.
Oh, this
I'm
episode's
getting
demonetised. Yeah.
When did Virgil get fat? I've never seen a fat Thunderbird.
You're not.
No. Is there a fat Thunderbird?
Is it?
Don't think there is.
So whether you want to call Tintin's dad.
Although we would now be accused of fat shaming you.
Yeah.
Demonetized.
Yeah.
You should just be shamed.
Um,
Look, you just carry on eating the cake. It's fine.
I don't actually like cake too much.
Well, you're obviously eating something.
It's not fucking billionaire, is it?
In fact, that's probably Taco Bell, knowing you.
I've not had Taco Bell in a while, actually.
I should get a group order.
Explain
Taco
why.
Bell.
Explain why I haven't had Taco Bell.
No, explain while. How long?
What's a while? Is that like
What's
a
a
few
while for
days
you?
or?
Probably September.
It's a while.
Come on.
Yeah,
That's a lie.
seriously.
So what have you eaten since then? Because you don't eat anything other than
Shitload
Taco Bell.
of shortbread for Christmas.
So you've basically eaten
Have-
tartan flavoured food.
Have you seen his
Butter.
snack stash?
No.
I've seen it.
Has he got like a
Get
drawer?
out.
Yeah, he literally got a drawer full of snacks. Not a single drawer, 2 drawers.
Two drawers?
One for Benedict, one for his girlfriend.
And there's an overflow as well. But basically we bought a when we moved.
We?
Yes, we. So at the start of 2023, when we moved in, we bought a coffee table that has storage underneath, and we literally just put everything that we got for Christmas in there. And that started like a thing. So every single time my nieces or nephews came over, they'd be like, "Oh, let me have some." So it's just an easy place to store everything. But then I've just moved things around, and now instead of the massive coffee table, I've just got 2 drawers. And to be fair with mine, that is literally just Christmas that lasts throughout the year, whereas Bethany's is literally replenished every week.
Inhaling sweets.
One of the things that does feature in my diet, I do eat quite a lot of sandwiches, right? And almost all bread has palm oil and dextrose in it, and it's really bad for you.
Yep.
And it's got to the point where I daren't feed anything that I have as a treat to any of my dogs because it's all so toxic. So if it's toxic to my dog and I wouldn't feed it to my dog, why am I eating it?
I like the.
So there is a message in this that if you are Tesco's or Sainsbury's or Morrison's, why do you put so much shite in your food?
It's a bit like. Recently, they constructed a study on like white bread and brown bread, and brown bread isn't actually that good for you either.
None of it's good for
They're
you.
trying to make it taste
Well,
better.
I think we discussed this in. It might have been in a Superhub video about one of the biggest frauds in history is the presentation that breakfast cereal is good for you. And the only reason that they add vitamins to it is to justify that it might be good for you. So Kellogg's, right,
Yeah.
perpetrated one of the biggest frauds in history where they convinced several generations of people to eat cereal on the basis it was good for you. There's almost nothing good for you in it, good for you at all.
Cocoa Pops.
Sugar.
Yeah,
I grew
it's
up
basically
Cocoa
you're just
Pops.
eating refined sugar.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's slightly off the topic. But
I do miss the toys though, the cereal and stuff.
yeah, you don't have toys in cereal, and you don't get certain cereals. They no longer make. Like they don't make honey sugar puffs anymore because they make them, but they don't make them properly.
They don't make it the same they used
They're
to.
revolting. They're like eating cardboard. Anyway, so a jumping BYD.
Hypercar.
Yeah.
I do not understand why you'd want a self-driving hypercar. Because the whole point of driving a fast car is to drive the car.
Drive the
Yeah.
car.
Maybe it's just a market.
So can we have a vote here? Do you want a self-driving hypercar? Virgil?
Yes, because I wouldn't use it when I'm at high speed, so I don't use it when it's on the motorway.
Weird. Would you like a self-driving hypercar?
If someone offered me it, I'd take it. But if I had to buy it myself, I wouldn't buy it.
Yeah, I agree with same.
Same.
Like I'd be given.
So you
it-
don't have your own opinion. You're actually taking. her
Nah, it's
opinion.
like if someone offered me, I don't care. I will take it. But I personally won't buy a hypercar. That
Wouldn't it be much nicer to buy a Ferrari or something like that and just drive it and have? That
guess
would be
so,
my opinion.
yeah.
Would you count it as surprise and delight, or
No, that wouldn't delight me in the slightest.
I can see that.
Would it delight you?
Not really.
What was the last thing that delighted you? That's a dangerous question, isn't it?
So anyway, next. Next story, I believe, is yours, Marianne.
Why? Change the subject. The electric market.
Yeah.
They are struggling with
charging.
chargers. You know what we get for that?
Do you know what? Do we know a company that could probably solve that problem?
I really want
But
that.
doesn't it annoy you that the journalist who wrote that article didn't go away and find them the answer?
No.
Yeah. That's quite annoying.
That's
yeah.
crazy. I wonder if we have the answer.
Well, we need to probably send a press release to Current Plus Minus, whatever they're called, and tell them,
Get their arse in gear, do your research.
do your research.
Do
We can do it for you.
Mm-hmm.
But interestingly, largest ever order of electric vans to BT.
So they plan on having like 3,500 more vans coming in by March 2026, which is like
Or a year and a bit.
It's not really a big number, if I'm going to be honest, but they're planning to.
Well, it's, 300 vehicles a month, isn't it?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
And they're planning to like be zero emissions by March, 2031?
One of the problems with BT is that BT own a number of data centres. It is quite difficult for them to get to net
Yeah.
zero. Actually, net zero is actually a financial calculation. It's got nothing to do with CO2. But actually, in terms of them getting into positive zero, that would be a good challenge.
I just think, in the way that the world's going, most of these BT drivers travel far.
Well, they
I'm
might
just
well do.
thinking like.
Yeah, but they do a lot of time sitting around. But that's where ZAPME comes into its own, because if they were using something like the ZAPME product from ZPN Energy, the one thing they could do is the ZAPME just goes out and charges the van wherever it's working.
Yeah, and then they could just.
Job done.
That was featured on Carwell recently, wasn't it?
It was. Check out the Carwell video.
Next story is my one, actually.
Ooh.
Something went wrong. Please try again.
No. So,
What was that?
I think that's Siri. One of us. Yeah. Nissan Skyline EV.
Oh my gosh.
But it is specifically an
R32.
R32,
Yeah,
which
GT.
is the
Up.
kind of halo skyline,
Yeah.
apart from the last one, which I kind of like as well.
The R34s.
Whatever the latest one is.
Yeah, R34s.
Is that R34?
Yeah.
So the R34 is pretty good. They're pretty good, but someone has converted one to EV.
Yeah. What battery do you think they use?
No idea.
Well, in this market, most people use Tesla batteries, but I suspect because it's a Nissan, they've probably used a Nissan battery.
What sort?
So, well, they only make one, and it's in the Leaf. Apart from the later cars like the Aria, the Leaf, the NV200, and a couple of others that are vehicles had the same battery in them.
It is a Nissan Leaf.
See, I know everything.
I'm clever.
How clever am I?
Very.
No, it's just because I pay attention, unlike you fuckwits. Come on, Virgil, get to the point.
Okay, now. But yeah, what do we think of that?
I think I like the fact that it's a Nissan Skyline,
Yeah.
but I mean, how many people are gonna like a dupe?
Yeah.
How fast is it, which is the most important thing? Is it faster than a normal R32 Skyline?
Well, it hasn't actually got the.
Please don't
speed,
disappoint me.
But it's I'll give you some more stats. So each motor is rated 160 kilowatts and 214 horsepower.
So that's quite low horsepower for an R32. An R32, most of the R32s I've ever been anywhere near have been, what? Sort of 400 probably?
Yeah.
There are ones that are much more powerful than that.
Yeah.
Sort of up towards 1,000 horsepower.
I'm a little bit disappointed that I haven't got the speed either.
That is a bit disappointing, isn't it?
Yeah. But
I was just thinking, like, In a previous episode, I mentioned how much I would love to see an EV that looked like something like this. Is exactly what I like seeing.
And if you remember in the earlier, I can't remember which episode it is, I was talking about a Brooklands Jaguar.
Yeah.
Or I know it's Broadspeed pillarless coupe in EV. That would be awesome, and I think we all agreed that was
we
awesome.
did like that.
This is a bit sanitised, and you actually want your skyline to be a bit psycho, don't you?
Yeah, we want it to look mean, we want it to look cool and everything. You know, it's got the parts of a skyline, but I don't think it's enough to tilt the heads of, you know, car fanboys. You know, the whole car scene. People who are in love with skylines, I don't think they'll like it, but they won't like it enough.
Yeah,
Because
it won't be as
have
mental
that.
enough.
Yeah,
And actually, you want to take it and drag race it somewhere.
exactly.
You know. So, quick round the table. Do you like it?
I do actually, yeah.
Enough to buy it?
No.
Why?
I don't have as much of a personal connection to Skyline, so that's
Fair enough.
why it's only going to be for people you do, really, I think.
Yeah. Do you like it?
I do like it a lot.
Would
yeah.
you buy it?
I mean, I would for the sake. I'd want to test drive it. We don't really know much about it.
No, we don't.
So, you know, it's a case of if I like it after a test drive.
I don't want my first experience with an R30 to an EV. So I want
That's
to-
true.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Give us an all-inclusive experience.
This is very...
I want,
Well,
I want the real experience of driving an R30.
I know a couple of people who have R32s. And the earlier one, the R31 or whatever it was.
R31s.
So, and I know someone that's got a Sylvia, which is kind of in the same territory. But not a Skyline. But I could take you out in one of those.
Fair. Happy to.
Oh look, Benedict, there's your better looking cousin.
Fucking hell.
Oh!
What does it say? How long? How long does it take?
How long does it take to lose £25 with the chair workout at my age? On that note, we've come to the end.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And what have we learned? Benedict is fatter than a curry with lots of onion in it.
Yeah.
We've learned that Mace doesn't like raisins.
No.
And we've also learned that Mace can dance.
Never learned that, yeah.
And we've also learned that Stellantis has managed to make enough EVs to avoid a Starmer fine. And on that note, it's time to come to an end. So thank you for watching. It's bye from Virgil.
In a bit.
It's bye from Newbie.
Bye.
Give us a scream.
Wow.
And it's bye from Mace the Dancer. That's kind of like Robbie Williams, isn't it? But
The dancer.
but an Indian version.